midterm or final grading, no one was required to send me any files. You did not have to send me any Excel files or your grades. I take care of the grading myself. As far as missing grades go, sometimes you have them and you don't know why. I've learned from experience that all the quizzes look the same, as do the exams, and sometimes students misremember taking quizzes. For example, chapter quizzes 1 through 4 all essentially look the same. It's not unlikely that some students will misremember even taking quiz number 1 or the syllabus quiz because they mix the memories up. It's a very common thing, but we can always check inside the system to see whether or not you have taken the quiz. If the system shows that you did not take any quiz, then that's the final word on the issue. If the system does not reflect that you went in and took the quiz, then the quiz will be a 0. Many students are sending me questions regarding homework grades. All questions about your homework grades need to go to your assigned teaching assistant. Your TA is the only person who grades the homework, and you can find their email on page 2 of your syllabus. Many of you sent me emails regarding your midterm grade and how it appeared to be inaccurate on Canvas as opposed to what you had estimated. In many cases, your midterm grade was estimated inaccurately, largely because you relied completely on the KHP site to measure your grade. You were warned early in the semester that the KHP gradebook is inaccurate. As a result, I created an Excel file and sent it out to the entire class and posted it in Canvas files for you to use if you need to. You really should use that file so that you have an accurate numerical estimate and its letter equivalent, and that way you will know what your class standing is at any point in the semester. Moreover, you can use that file to project future grades. So if coming into the final exam, you can estimate what you might think you'll get for a final and see what your final semester grade will be with that estimate. You can do that with the Excel file, but not in KHP. When you submit homework files, many people have seemed to assume that they automatically had a 100. So having completed your homework and submitted it, it appears that many students have just entered in a 100 for themselves for the homework grade in their Excel file. That, of course, is an improper way to go. Many students will not wind up with a 100 just for submitting the homework. The homework has to be graded by the teaching assistant, and the grade may be something less than 100. As a result, most of the complaints about your grades have been that I have underestimated them. However, it's largely as a result of many students assuming that they had 100s on their homework grades and not checking their KHP site accurately for the submitted grade from the teaching assistant. One of the things that happens during grading at midterm and at finals is that a grade will be missing for you. That is, your entire semester grade will be missing. The reason why this happens comes from many different flaws that any one of which you may have contacted. First of all, to understand what section your grades are in the KHP site, the section number is always showed at the top of the page. If your grades happen to be in the wrong section of KHP, then you just simply have to have your account moved over to the proper section. To do that, simply email web support from the bottom of any page in the KHP system, or use the email address supplied to you on the bottom of page 3 of your syllabus. Your entire account plus all your grades will be moved over to the proper section. If your grades are not in the proper section, then you will have a missing grade in Canvas, and therefore possibly a 0 for a midterm grade or a 0 for a final semester grade. One of the other reasons why a grade may be missing is that some of the information you've entered into the KHP site when you made your account did not match the information in Canvas. The Canvas system is the university system. It recognizes your full name and gives you a student account number, your Z number. When you create a KHP account, you have to write your name exactly as FAU recognizes you. If you misspell your name or if you use a nickname, then the KHP account will not match up with Canvas, and therefore the electronic database will not absorb your grades and you will wind up with a 0. In many instances, students will have double names, such as Santiago Gomez. So if your name is Carlos Santiago Gomez and the Canvas recognizes you by your full name, but you create a KHP account by calling yourself Carlos Santiago or Carlos Gomez, then you will wind up with a 0 because the two databases will not recognize you as the same person. Another common error is when your Z number is placed into your KHP site. Some students simply did not enter the Z in front of their Z number. Other students have added asterisks before the Z, and for some reason a /T has shown up before the Z in many of the Z numbers. These errors, although simple, would be automatically recognized by a human being as incorrect. The system itself will not transfer your grades from one system to the other, and therefore you'll wind up with a 0. It's very important that your name and your Z number from Canvas be the exact same thing in the KHP site. If you did have a missing grade for midterms or finals, it's very important that you go to the KHP site and double check your information. If you find that there is an error, then simply go into your account and have it fixed. If you cannot find a way to change your account information, then simply contact web support on the bottom of the KHP page and ask the programmer to take care of it for you.